Fyodor Dostoevsky was a Russian writer, one of the most influential literary figures of the 19th century. His works have left an indelible mark on the world of literature, and his life story is as compelling as the novels he penned. He lived in the 19th century, a time of great social and political upheaval in Russia. The country was undergoing significant changes, and these transformations deeply influenced Dostoevsky's writing. Dostoevsky's life was full of drama. From a young age, he was exposed to the harsh realities of life. His father was murdered when he was just 18, an event that left a profound impact on him. He faced poverty, imprisonment, and personal loss. In 1849, he was arrested for his involvement with a group of intellectuals critical of the Tsarist regime. He was sentenced to death, but at the last moment, his sentence was commuted to 4 years of hard labor in Siberia. These experiences shaped his writing. The harsh conditions of the prison camp, the suffering he witnessed, and the people he met there all found their way into his novels. His time in Siberia was a period of intense personal and spiritual growth. He wrote about the human condition with unparalleled depth and insight. His characters are often tormented souls, grappling with existential questions and moral dilemmas. His novels explore themes of suffering, redemption, and the search for meaning. Works like Crime and Punishment, The Brothers Karamazov, and Notes from Underground delve into the darkest corners of the human psyche. Dostoevsky is considered a master of psychological realism. His ability to portray the inner workings of the human mind is unmatched. He delves into the motivations, fears, and desires of his characters with a precision that makes them come alive on the page. His works continue to captivate readers worldwide. They have been translated into numerous languages and are studied in schools and universities around the globe. His insights into human nature are as relevant today as they were in his time. Dostoevsky's writing is known for its intensity. He tackles complex themes with a fervor that is palpable. His prose is charged with emotion, and his narratives are gripping and thought-provoking. He dives deep into the minds of his characters, revealing their innermost thoughts and struggles. His characters are often flawed and conflicted, but this only makes them more relatable and human. He explores their motivations and desires, their fears and hopes. His characters are not just figures on a page. They are living, breathing individuals with whom readers can empathize. He shows us the complexity of human nature. His characters are multifaceted, embodying both good and evil, strength and weakness. Through them, Dostoevsky examines the duality of man and the eternal struggle between light and darkness. His novels are often dark and disturbing. They confront the reader with uncomfortable truths and force them to confront their own beliefs and values. But this darkness is not without purpose, but they are also full of hope and compassion. Dostoevsky believed in the possibility of redemption and the power of love to transform lives. His characters often find salvation through suffering and self-sacrifice. Dostoevsky believed in the power of love and forgiveness. He saw these as the ultimate forces for good in the world. His novels remind us that even in the darkest times, there is always hope for a better future. The Brothers. Karamazov takes place in 19th century Russia. This was a time of great change and upheaval. Russia was a vast country. It was ruled by a powerful Tsar. Society was divided. There were wealthy landowners and poor peasants. Life in Russia could be harsh. Many people struggled to survive. Traditional values were being challenged, new ideas were emerging. This created a sense of uncertainty and anxiety. Dostoevsky captures this atmosphere in his novel. He shows us the hopes and fears of ordinary Russians. The Karamazov family is at the heart of the novel. This family, with its complex relationships and deep-seated conflicts, serves as a microcosm of the broader human experience. The story delves into themes of faith, doubt, love, and betrayal, all through the lens of this one family. Fyodor Pavlovich Karamazov is the father. He's a man of considerable wealth and influence, but his character is deeply flawed. His actions and decisions have far-reaching consequences for his sons and those around him. He is a wealthy landowner. His estate is vast. symbolizing his material success, but it also represents the moral decay and corruption that he embodies. His wealth does not bring him happiness or peace. He is also a cruel and selfish man. His cruelty is not just towards his sons, but extends to everyone he interacts with. His selfishness knows no bounds, and he often manipulates others for his gain. He has 3 sons, Dmitri, Ivan, and Alexei. Each son represents a different aspect of human nature and philosophy, and their interactions with their father and each other drive the narrative forward. Dmitri is the oldest son. He is a man of action, often finding himself in the midst of conflict. His life is a series of passionate pursuits and impulsive decisions. He is passionate and impulsive. His emotions often get the better of him, leading to both moments of great heroism and deep despair. His relationship with his father is particularly tumultuous. He is often driven by his emotions. This makes him both a sympathetic and tragic figure, as his inability to control his passions leads to his downfall. Ivan is the middle son. He is the intellectual of the family, constantly seeking knowledge and understanding. His quest for truth often puts him at odds with his father and brothers. He is an intellectual and a skeptic. Ivan's skepticism extends to all aspects of life, including religion, morality, and human nature. He is constantly questioning the world around him. He questions everything, including God. This existential doubt is a central theme in his character arc, leading him to profound philosophical debates and inner turmoil. Alexei is the youngest son. Unlike his brothers, Alexei seeks solace in faith and spirituality. He is deeply religious and finds comfort in his beliefs. He is a novice monk. His life in the monastery is a stark contrast to the chaos and conflict of his family. He represents a path of peace and devotion. He is kind and compassionate. Alexei's kindness extends to everyone he meets, and he often acts as a mediator in his family's disputes. His compassion is a beacon of hope in the otherwise dark narrative. He represents faith and spirituality. Alexei's unwavering faith is a central theme in the novel, offering a counterpoint to the skepticism and cynicism of his brothers. His journey is one of spiritual growth and understanding. The novel begins with the return of the Karamazov brothers to their hometown. This small, picturesque village, with its cobblestone streets and quaint houses, holds many memories for the brothers. It is a place where their past and present collide, setting the stage for the unfolding drama. They have been estranged from their father, Fyodor Karamazov, for years. The reasons for their estrangement are complex, rooted in years of neglect, abuse, and betrayal. Fyodor, a man known for his debauchery and selfishness, has never been a father in the true sense of the word. His relationships with his sons are fraught with tension and unresolved issues. Their arrival sets off a chain of events that will change their lives forever. The brothers, each with their own reasons for returning, are thrust into a maelstrom of emotions and conflicts. The old house, once a place of childhood memories, now becomes a battleground for their unresolved issues. Fyodor Karamazov, ever the provocateur, announces his intention to marry a young woman. This news shocks everyone, especially his sons. Fyodor's announcement is not just about marriage, it is a power play, a way to assert his dominance and control over his sons. His mischievous smile and the glint in his eye reveal his true intentions. This creates a rivalry between him and his son Dmitri. Dmitri, the eldest, has always had a tumultuous relationship with his father. The announcement of the marriage only exacerbates the existing tensions. Dmitri feels betrayed and humiliated, leading to intense confrontations with Fyodor. Dmitri is also in love with the woman, adding another layer of complexity to the situation. The woman, caught between the affections of father and son, becomes a symbol of their rivalry. The love triangle creates a web of jealousy, passion and intrigue that entangles all involved. The conflict between father and son escalates. Their arguments become more frequent and more violent. The tension between them is palpable, with each confrontation bringing them closer to the brink of disaster. Their aggressive body language and harsh words reveal the depth of their animosity. There are threats, arguments, and violence. The tension builds to a fever pitch, with each family member being drawn into the conflict. The old house, once a place of refuge, now echoes with the sounds of their disputes. The physical altercations and heated arguments create an atmosphere of fear and uncertainty. Dostoevsky masterfully creates a sense of impending doom. The dark, moody atmosphere of the old house, combined with the brooding characters and dramatic lighting, sets the stage for the inevitable tragedy. The reader is drawn into the story, feeling the weight of the characters' emotions and the tension that permeates every scene. The reader senses that something terrible is about to happen. The suspense builds with each page as the characters' actions and decisions lead them closer to their fate. The anxious expressions and the sense of impending danger create a gripping narrative that keeps the reader on edge, anticipating the next twist in the story.